Today we have the great privilege of welcoming Jennifer Ferren, who is not only a gifted singer-songwriter, but also an inspirational speaker. She's a native of Atlanta, where she developed her unique style of positive music, and Lane told me to say, with a southern twang. You've already heard her in the opening song, and you're going to hear her speak a little bit later. But right now, she's going to lead us in our congregational song. So we are grateful to have you here today, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Yeah, let her go.
All right, folks, this is a call and response. So you just repeat after me. I'm so happy that all of you are here today. Invite you back into this room, back into this space, as we talk about how spectacular all of you truly are. I'm actually going to flip over the other microphone real quick so I can get all in your face. Tell you up close and personal, you are spectacular, you are spectacular. It's like the Oprah Winfrey Show. You get a car and you get a car. Awesome. You are divine and you're all unlimited and have unlimited potential. There is a phrase that comes from Abraham Hicks. And it was brought to light at the Agape Revelations event. And it was brought to light at the Agape Revelations event with Ricky DB and Michael Hedwig and Abraham Hicks back in 2011. And it says, there isn't anything that will bog you down. There isn't anything that will burn you out. There isn't anything that will break your heart. There isn't anything that will disappoint you. There isn't anything that will hurt you in any other way. There is nothing. There is no assertion of anything unwanted. The only thing that could ever keep you from being you is you. And that's the good news, and that's the bad news. And Abraham Hicks goes on to say that there is a difference in the large you and the little you. The large collective energy you is the collective energy and the subconscious energy, the unconscious energy, the conscious energy of the universe. That's the larger you. And so the smaller you is us as individual aspects of that larger you. So the larger you is always there, and so every minute of every day, we are at a choice point of whether or not we want our little you to connect into that larger you. And that larger you is right here. It's right here within us all the time. And it's a matter of us allowing that connection to take place. It's a matter of us choosing to free ourselves from what no longer serves us and what may be holding us. Listen to my old ankles cracking. It's a matter of what? It's a matter of allowing all that stuff to go that might be weighing us down and keeping us down. It's a matter of allowing ourselves to choose. The Pope Francis movie, A Man of His Word. Have any of you seen it? Oh, wow. I was raised pretty generic. My mom and I hopped around to a lot of different faiths when I was a child, and she and I were kind of prayer partners, and every Sunday we would just hop in the car and go somewhere, try something new. So I wasn't raised Catholic. My husband and his family were. But this Pope Francis movie, I tell you what, if you can own it, if you can purchase it, I highly recommend. One of the many things that the Pope says that stuck with me is that he says, one of the main questions that I get from people coming up to me, why is there so much pain in the world? Why is there suffering? Why are there people that are imprisoned? Why do things happen? And he said, I tell them all, suffering is a choice. Freedom is a choice. And there is no law in the Gospel of Isaiah. There is no law as to how long you, as an individual, the small you, needs to process a past hurt or a past situation. But there is a choice point that you can make to consciously meld that small you into the larger collective consciousness on a daily basis, on a prayerful basis. Whether you choose to meditate, whether you just choose to take a few minutes in the day to just stop and breathe and connect into that power, it's a matter of allowing ourselves to make a positive choice for ourselves, allowing ourselves to choose freedom, allowing ourselves to connect in. Nope. Allowing is a big deal. Allowing is what keeps us in our spectacular mode. I allow myself So it's a matter of allowing yourself to release what no longer serves you, allowing yourself to move forward if you have been stuck and if you've been sitting still. And sometimes we get knocked off of our game, and our spectacular wave, our vibrational alignment gets disrupted. And sometimes we're dodging this way, sometimes we're dodging that way, and I call that the cosmic 2x4 cha-cha. It's like going like this, cha-cha-cha, going like this, cha-cha-cha. And you have fun with it. And as obstacles, as storms start coming your way, you start allowing yourself to perceive things differently. So if you see something about to hit the fan, and you see that it is imminent, you can allow yourself to make positive choices not to participate in it, and to just let it go right past you. Driving down 75 an awful lot as I do, coming down here, I see the clouds setting up in the distance, and I can see the storms starting to align themselves, and I can see the clouds starting to glom together, and then sometimes I'll see the lightning off in the distance, or I'll hear the thunder off in the distance. And it used to kind of freak me out a little bit, but then I started recognizing, yesterday when I was driving back down, I started recognizing the beauty of the storm as it's approaching. And again, allowing yourself to have that different perspective, allowing yourself to see the beauty in the chaos, to see the beauty in the challenge. Another thing that aligns our spectacular and really gets the vibrational level moving upward is forgiveness. And again, allowing is directly connected with forgiveness because you are choosing to let go of old hurts or current hurts, whether it's caused by someone or something or some situation in the past. And something that I realized a few months ago when I was doing this message out in San Diego, here's you on one hand to the side, and then here's the person, place, or thing on the other side that you're feeling the disconnect with, the thing that needs to be forgiven, the thing that may not ever apologize to you. The thing that may not ever say, hey, Jennifer, I'm sorry that this happened. It might be a situation that can't physically apologize. It may be a person that has already passed on to the other side. It may be a person that's still right in your life that is never going to have the consciousness to know how to apologize. But the thing is, here's you on the one hand. Here's the person, place, or thing on this hand. And you see all the space in the middle? And what happens is when we start putting out that energy of forgiveness, and it's not just a one, sometimes you have to work on that forgiveness for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of years, a couple of decades. Sometimes it takes time, but the more that you start filling that space in between, and you start consciously filling that space in between with love and with release, all of a sudden, that space grows smaller and smaller and smaller. As you are infusing it with love, the disconnect is becoming smaller and smaller until suddenly you can release it and you can let it go because you feel at peace with it. I forgive you. I forgive all the heartache we have come to know. I forgive you, for I know a higher way is waiting to be shown. There's power in forgiveness. I forgive you. I forgive all the heartache we have come to know. I forgive you, for I know a higher way is waiting to be shown. Darkness sometimes holds us down so deep, trapped by all the burdens that we choose to keep. But oh, I'm letting go. waiting to be shown. That's the power of forgiveness. When you consciously know that whatever this conflict is, isn't working for you anymore, it's not serving you, it's not helping you grow anymore, it's just keeping you stuck, you know it's time to let it go, you know it's time to forgive. There was an interview that was posted on Facebook by this German Jewish lady, and she was a survivor of the Holocaust. And she said, she kept track, she was one of the twins, there was the study on the twins that was happening, and she was at Auschwitz, and it was a doctor, I can't remember his name, but she didn't actually keep tabs on where the doctor was, but she was able to connect with one of the other doctors and assistants that was in the lab that performed all of these experiments on her and her sister for a couple of years. And she was able to actually one day meet up with him, and she didn't confront him. She just said to him, I forgive you, and I love you, and I forgive you. And she said, now I didn't tell this man that I forgave him and that I loved him for his benefit. I forgave all that hate and all that anger and all that pain because I didn't deserve to carry it anymore. And the power of forgiveness is when you allow yourself to make that choice to forgive. It's like all these birds that are caged inside your heart. It's like your burdens, right? Your birds that are within your heart. And there's so many of them sometimes, and you have to set them free. You have to make the room. You have to create the space. So forgiveness is a big deal in keeping your spectacular aligned. The very next big deal is remembering to give yourselves credit where credit is due on a daily basis. We live in a 24/7 news cycle world. We live in a 24/7 social media world. And it's very, very important for us to remember who we are, to remember the divinity, and to remember the connection, and to know that we are juggling on any given day our body image and what's going on with us physically as we age, as we expand, as we thin, as we evolve. We are juggling our body. We are juggling our mind. Oh my gosh, the mind in and of itself. The chatter that goes on, the subterfuge, is that the word, subterfuge? The self-infliction that we do on ourselves with our mind. And then we're all new thought seekers and positive energy seekers, and we're on the path to enlightenment, so we're juggling our spirit. And on any given day, we're juggling all of that. And sometimes we drop the ball. But what do? We bend down, we get back up, and we juggle it all again. And sometimes we can only juggle one thing at a time. But the point is to give yourselves credit for juggling just your stuff. And remember, it's appropriate to juggle your own stuff. It's not appropriate to try to juggle somebody else's stuff. Keep yourself intact. Keep your mind on your balancing act. Body, mind, and spirit. I want you to rub your hands together. Put them on your heart. I want you to say, this is for your body. My body is alive and filled with positive energy.
My body is alive and filled with positive energy.
Now I want you to look to your neighbors and do your sassy finger and say, oh, yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it is.
All right, here's one for the mind. All right, at you. My mind is thriving and focused and ready for everything. My mind is thriving and focused and ready for everything. Now look to your friends. Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it is.
And now one more time for the spirit. Rub your hands together. I am spiritually balanced and a divine loved being.
I am spiritually balanced and a divine loved being.
You are all truly spectacular in and of your own right. No matter how you choose to identify, no matter how you choose to show up on a daily basis, pull from that inner spectacular, which is right here. I wrote this for my daughter, but it ends up that it pertains to all of us. You really are spectacular. I wonder if you know that you are. You're glorious, magnificent, and every day you shine like the star that you are. You're beautiful and wonderful, filled with all that you're going to need. Oh, you truly are spectacular. That is just who you are. It's time to give yourself some credit for what you achieve. Understand the blessings that are always here for you to receive. It's time to know the truth. But it's time to know the truth. Here's a little clue. You really are spectacular. It's time for you to know who you are. You're glorious, magnificent, and every day you shine like the star that you are. You're beautiful and wonderful, and filled with everything that you need. Everything, yeah. You truly are spectacular. That is just who you are. Spectacular. I want you all to stand for me. I want you to repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to myself. For the miraculous state of my awesomeness. And to this core essence for which I stand. One love for infinity. With kindness, ease, and grace for me. Thank you all. Namaste. Go about your day. Remember your spectacularness and know that I love you, God loves you, and you are allowed to love yourself. Thank you, guys.